Nope, that's not gonna work. Okay, hopefully you guys can see. Most of that we've already been. Oh yeah, this is the old PowerPoint. Sorry. Here's the new one. Okay, so this stream is going to be my deep dive analysis of Alex's phone data, tracking his movements, and trying to find the digital clues hidden in the metadata. It was an incredibly detailed and complex process. I first began by analyzing the cell phone data itself, looking for patterns in the location Alex visited and the times he visited them, phone pings, etc. I then looked at the metadata associated with the cell phone data, such as the IP addresses, types of connection, and other information that could provide clues to Alex's activities. I also learned how to read. Now, I don't know if you say JSON, like that's how it looks, or if it's JSON, regardless, that one right there. I learned how to read it and got a broken down timeline of events based off of Alex's phone activity on the night of his disappearance. Finally, I used a variety of analytical techniques to uncover any digital content hidden in the data. These included reverse geocoding, sentiment analysis, and predictive analytics. And I will show you guys how I did that. A lot of tedious, like, I really probably at one point in time, I'm quite certain I was like speaking about latitude and longitudes in my sleep. I would have to ask my husband, but I mean, just it is very, what's what tedious. Just like latitude. It's a freaking. It's pain in the butt is what it is. Okay, but I also use machine learning algorithms to help uncover any hidden patterns. Any any hidden patterns. So pretty much what that means in non-fancy terms is I checked my work with like they have software through I think Microsoft Excel as well as Google Sheets, and you can have it like check your work for you so that you can make sure if there's anything that like if it's not an accurate latitude or longitude and I got a number wrong, it'll take me to it and say, hey, you need to look at this. This is not, and this is not an actual um GPS location, just so that I could, triple like check it and make sure that it was accurate. So, by combining all of these techniques, I was able to gain a deeper understanding of Alex's phone movements and activities. Ultimately, this deep dive analysis of Alex's phone data enabled me to gain a better understanding of his movements and uncover any digital clues that could be used to gain further insight into his whereabouts and to get a step closer toward uncovering what happened to him on that fateful night. Okay, so if you can't see this, it's okay. The next slide is it broken down where I can read it to you, but this is just a mapping of the cell phone towers and the cell phone activity that Alex's phone made from the time that he got the phone, which was at 5:35 p.m. on April the 20th, until the last time the phone pinged, which was on April the 22nd of 2022 at 6:46 a.m. So I broke them down by, because on here, let me go back. On here, it does it based off of the tower. So it'll have these little boxes and it'll be every ping that pinged off of the tower and it'll go from down here all the way up to Chucky's house. Okay, so the way that I did it was on this screen is I did it by date and timestamp. So and grouped them together that way just so that it was easier to read. So the first one is on April the 20th at 5:35 p.m. He sent there was 6 text messages. Doesn't say incoming or outgoing, it just says 6 text messages. Okay, then a minute later at 5:36 p.m., 1 text message. Then from 5:44 p.m. to 5:53 p.m., 13 text, 1 call, and 6 data. Now, data could just about be anything. He could be checking the weather. He could be checking Facebook. He could be getting on Facebook Messenger. He could be checking Cash App. He could be anything that requires the internet or the data on your phone will trigger that. So it literally could be anything. One second. Okay, sorry. But I had to draw my dog. Just kidding. Just kidding, guys. So on now we're at 5:53. Now this is what's weird to me, and I haven't got clarification from Ashley, so I really don't really know. But for whatever reason, there's some of it there's some of them that it'll log um to Chucky, and on here it'll show the phone number, and other times it'll just say 1 call and 1 text. I don't know why or what it maybe if it unless it's like he's calling on Facebook Messenger or something. Like I don't know why some of them log who the person is and why they don't. I'm still trying to get to the bottom of that. So that's still like up in the air, but it that happens very frequently in this timeline, which is this is today, guys. This is just going to be strictly based off of Alex's phone data. That's it. No speculation, no just what I've analyzed from the phone data. Okay, and I have analyzed it and reanalyzed it and analyzed it and reanalyzed it, and I feel like I can confidently say based off of and now let me back up for a second, because just because it was his phone did it doesn't mean it was him, because I can't unequivocally say that he was the person in possession of the phone. Now we can assume he did, but that's not going to get us anywhere. I know at a certain point, in my opinion, he's not the one with the phone, but I can't prove that because I wasn't there. So let me just be clear that this is Alex's phone activity, not unequivocally Alex's, because he did not necessarily have to be the one that had the phone. So I just want to be clear on that. And so there's no confusion and there's no misinformation out there. This is 100% what his phone was doing. That is all I can say unequivocally. Okay, moving on. So now we're at 5:53. We have 1 outgoing text message. So he sent 1 text message to Chucky. Okay, and that's at this part on the map. So he's okay. Now let me clear up a couple of things that I know from, because I mean I like to think that I know the ins and outs of this case like the back of my hand. So a lot of it I don't have to look at my notes on. I just do because I want to make sure. But I know for a fact that Alex was dropped off at Chucky's house at 8:14 p.m. Okay, and so anything from 8:14 on in the phone data is where I try to keep my focus on, because all of the pings prior to that is not really relevant because sorry. But the phone pings they're not there. I have them and I have the metadata on them, but it would be a waste of time because we know what he was doing because he was with Ashley. Not to say that it's irrelevant, because it's still his phone data, but I chose to focus on from 8:14 until his last ping, which was on the 22nd of April at 6:46 a.m., because that's when he's not with Ashley, and that's what we don't know. We don't know what happened. We don't know where, so that's how I chose to do my mapping and my data analysis, which we'll get to all of that. But because I know for a fact that Alex was dropped off, gave his mom a hug, and she pulled out about between 8:14 and 8:15, or 8:13 and 8:15, I'm sorry. And that's confirmed with the ping that she dropped on her map so that she would know where he was at. She also sent herself a text message with Chucky's name, D. Edward Anderson, and She made a note that his brother was sitting in the driveway, facing like the opposite direction, like going, which is, we'll get to that. Hi, everybody in chat. Sorry if y'all know I'm ADD, so if I look away from this, I'm gonna lose where I'm at, and that'll not do anybody any justice. Okay, so now we're at 5:57, which is Alex is still with his mom. Until 6:14, we have 3 texts. Don't know who, if they were incoming, outgoing. Don't know that. It's we're still waiting for Holmes County to get off their what and pull the actual geofencing info from the phone. I've done. Okay, I'm jumping ahead. I did do my own reverse geocoding of the phone data, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I have I have it mapped, and then I have it also like in what's that thing called? A spreadsheet. But it's a lot of numbers and it's really overwhelming to look at, but I also have it broken down in like a PDF, so I'm going to show you guys all of it just because I know you're like, "Oh my god, what have you been doing? It's been forever." Well, it's a lot of information and trying to get it into a way that's like not intimidating to look at. That's like, "Whoa, what is this cluster you know what of information and numbers and brackets and latitudes and longitudes," and it's a lot. And I the original JSON data file was like 600 something pages. So hey Puff, uh, and Inky and Deanna and Hotspot and Betty and American Honey, y'all gonna get me in trouble, distracting me. And Jim. So, oh crap. Okay. All right, I'm not looking at chat no more. Turning it off. No. So my point in doing this is he's constant, like one of the first thing that he does when he gets the phone turned on is starts texting back and forth with Chucky. Okay, so and in my opinion, I'm going to make it clear when I'm speculating and whenever I'm being factual to try to keep it from being a blurred. In my opinion, I don't think there would be need to have that many text messages exchanged if it was just, hey, can I come by and get however you'd word it, can I get a sack or a fix or whatever, however you would word it. I feel like there's just only so many ways you can say that, but that's just speculation. Let me just keep on with the actual data. Okay, so now we're at 6:48. We have an incoming text from Chucky. 6:49, right away, we have an outgoing text. So they're just, in constant contact. Now we're at 6:53, 7:50, 7:39, and 7:46. 1 data, 2 data. So he's doing something on the internet. Okay, now we jump to 7:48. We have 1 outgoing text to Chucky. And then at 7:53, we have an incoming text from Chucky. Okay, then 8:01, we have a data, and 8:08, we have a text. Okay, so now we're getting into that margin of where, because Alex gets dropped off at about 8:13, between 8:13 and 8:15, because he gets out and gives his mom a hug, says bye to her. That goes on for about 2 minutes, and then Ashley leaves about 8:15. Okay, so now the next phone data ping is at 8:25 p.m. and it goes from 8:25 to 8:36. There's 1 call to Dalton Householder for 26 seconds, outgoing call, and then 2 data. Okay, then at 8:48 to 9:46 p.m., there's 1 text message and 3 data. Then at 9:53 p.m., there's an incoming text message from Chucky. Okay. And then at 10:25 p.m. to 11:46 p.m., the data was used 4 times. And then that's it until we jump to the 21st from at midnight or 12:25 a.m. until 11:46 p.m. So that's the whole day for the 21st. We have 4 incoming text messages to his phone, and the data was used 51 times. Okay. Then on the 22nd, which would have been Friday, we have from 12:25 a.m. until 6:46 a.m., which was the last time the phone pinged, so about 6 hours. The data was used 16 times. Okay. Now, I'm gonna play this video for you guys real quick. This is all the pictures that Ashley had sent me from the very first time that they tried to do a search when Chucky runs them off the property. Um, First, let me play that clipping of Okay, let me think of how to do this. Well, I'm gonna play the clipping of the canine handler so you can hear his synopsis of what happened, and then I'll show the pictures so that you guys can have a visual and whatever. Okay. Okay. Share screen.
Come on over here, Dylan. All right, here's the deal. I know y'all seen it, but you didn't really know what you were looking at. You see, before he gave us permission to go to the house, how that my dog was going up down that gate. Like that told me that your son sent within that gate. Then we go in there. He threw a hissy fit about the backyard. Didn't want us in the backyard, period. He didn't go back there. We had a big discussion about that. He said when he came outside, the son was gone. I said, well, you don't know where he went. He went to the backyard or what. And, but he didn't want me back there, so we, that's when I came out. Y'all seen me going around them cars and stuff. All that was, I would let my dog pee, get this sin out of his nose. You seen I came back to gravel road. Right. Nothing. When that dog gets scent, he will snatch you down. He's gone with it. Came back, put him in a truck. Well, he tried to go in the woods down there when I was in the backyard. So I came back and put him in the truck. We got Bill and got Annie. Both these dogs are certified now. And she took Bill for the round, and the boy went to raising hell because we was in the backyard. And she hit the track and went down there to the woods, and he went to jumping up and down, hollering at Dylan. I didn't know what he was fixing to do. So I hollered at Dylan, and I said, come on out. He was getting our way. I just thumped him back there. So we came back and put her up. And Joe Ellen went back there. Well, he couldn't work. I stayed up there. Y'all see me sitting on. The reason I'm sitting on tailgate is watching his reaction.
Right.
He could not work in that garden for looking behind that trailer.
Same thing when y'all went down on the power line.
And he just couldn't keep his eyes off of it. And then when she went back on the power line with the last dog, he was throwing a fit. His mama had been real nice up to this one. He started throwing a fit about getting his dog back to somebody. I told him, I said, that's what, Mama started getting back to him, something she hadn't done the whole time. She was very nice. But she did go in the backyard and watch that move we made, which was okay. I didn't care. But that's really not, I wasn't with him. I was sitting there, I'm watching him, getting his reaction. People will tell you stuff when they get nervous. The whole bottom line is he went on that property and went to that house. He did not walk on.
He didn't come off of it.
He didn't walk on. He didn't walk off. I'm not gonna say he wasn't killed, put in a vehicle. Now this dog will run a vehicle trail. They both will. I've done it. At 7 days old, I wouldn't put a lot of faith in a vehicle trail. Really. A walk trail, yeah. But there is no trail, and if he had walked off, he would have walked down that gravel road. If wasn't nobody chasing him, he was trying to get away from somebody, he'd have walked down that gravel road, the flat top. There's no trail there. He did not walk down.
What about the cadaver dog?
I'm gonna let Joe Ellen tell y'all about the cadaver dog. Now,
Can I,
when Linwood and I were standing there, where the cadaver dogs actually hit a little bit, if you're standing there looking at the trailer sitting this way, you're looking over the top of that trailer toward the corner of them woods. That's where she had a change of behavior in her dog. There's buzzards flying back there. I don't know if y'all seen them or not.
Yeah.
So, you tell them what you found out, because you know your dog better than me.
You have to understand a couple of things about cadaver dogs real quick. Cadaver dogs will give you an indication on any bodily fluid, bone, teeth, anything like that. We can't tell you unless they actually find bone or a body, that what they indicate on is from that person, because it could be blood from somebody else. It could be, what have you. So keep that in mind. Now, both of my dogs, like Stan said, in the far corner, I did crawl underneath the barbed wire fence, because I go where my dog goes. They went under the fence, and I followed. Now, they didn't give me any what we call a final indication, which means they hit positively source. They never gave me that. But when my dogs spend a lot of time in an area or going in a direction, they're going in a direction for a reason. So we went underneath the barbed wire fence. We went across the road onto the other side, and they never gave me a final indication. Now, the reason why I ran the little black dog again up that road down the middle is because the way that my dogs will search is they will go from side to side. So they're going to go 5-10 feet on either side, and they're going to search that. Now, she did not give me anything up close to the house, where that road starts. My other dog, though, tried to go much further. It would be like if you were coming off of this road down onto that road. You know what I'm talking about? In that direction.
It was straight due south.
on where?
It was probably straight due south from where the house is.
Right there, close to Barnesville Road?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where the buzzards.
Yeah.
Where the buzzards were.
So, but because I didn't want her to overheat, it doesn't do anybody any good when they start overheating. I went ahead and pulled her back. So this is what I can tell you. I feel confident that from where that road starts at that house, a quarter of the way up, 10 feet on either side, there's nothing there.
That's coming out the way we just came out.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, that far corner and coming back up towards this road right here, I can run I would like to run my dogs in that direction.
Well, that's across the fence. So you're in this property.
Yes, we're
Okay.
not on their
I've got permission from this owner to do whatever we want to over there.
Where we
Okay.
went to the backyard of the house. Where you saw the buzzards.
Yeah.
Okay. That far corner that she's talking about, there's a barbed wire fence that separates the properties. That's
Right.
the one she said she was on. Buzzards were a little bit south of that. That's the way she said the dog was going, which we ended up leading to this road.
Yeah, and that's right in that corner. If you standing where y'all was at, you was looking across the top of the trailer. The same direction in both.
Yeah.
That's coming towards Bonneville Road. That's going back towards Bonneville Road.
Yeah, that runs parallel
Well,
with,
they don't know the roads.
that runs parallel to the road that we turned off on to go to his house. Where his property corners, there's a brick house, a trailer, another brick house, and that comes out on Barnesdale Road, which is 100 yards down from where we turned on this road. And it comes in the first driveway to the left. That's my friend's property, and he said, go through
And that's
there.
where that kind of, it's not really a dirt road, but it's a.
Yeah, it's a little gravel.
This would be my recommendation. Haven't done this long as I have. You said y'all had people on horses and and foot. I would highly recommend you call in the posse and start over on that other property, coming toward the property we just left. And when you do a line search, I mean, those people are closest from here to the front of Joe Elliott's truck. You're looking for any and everything.
15 feet inside, and it's 30 feet apart.
And bear in mind, and I truly hope that he's not out there dead. I hope he's not dead. I'm gonna pray for you he's not dead. But if he is, now he's not gonna be the same color.
Yeah.
You know, all that is gonna be done changed.
I know.
And I know this is hard for you to hear,
But it, well,
But
and
it's the truth.
it is what it is. And I'm
the
okay
truth.
with that, but
At least try that.
Get on the gate.
Try to
front
get
door,
people
back
in
door.
there, messing up the scene.
I heard, that's the synopsis of it.
No, we never did go to the back door on account of the dog.
Right,
What's gonna happen
out that back way.
if you search
Well,
that property
I mean,
again? What's gonna
Yes,
have to
I mean,
happen?
obviously it's better to run the dogs as soon as you can so that there's not. But you also have to understand that my dogs, the only scent that they're looking for has to do with decomposing bodies. And I know this.
And that,
We would
I just
assume
want him
that by
home.
now that he's not been
right.
camped out for 8 days.
Right. So even if you were to bring in a line search and then bring in some other dogs, it's not going to. They have to work a little harder because they've got to sort through
Right.
all that
All that
stuff.
other smell.
Why would you do the?
Do we want to do the line
Now,
search or wait for?
Dummerfly, he told me that Texas Echo Search was supposed to be coming.
Well,
They are, and
we just got to update
right
on
before I
this.
met with you.
Well, we don't call them in a T-Water too. They said they had called a woman out of Alabama to bring a dog.
She told me Georgia.
Which Equifax?
They ain't got
Yeah,
but
Texas
one
or
K
Ohio?
now.
Texas. But I thought they
I
said they were
put them
based
in
in
touch
Ohio.
with the girl in Alabama.
So it's Dave later.
I
Yes.
texted her this morning when
That's what Dobbins said.
Sam
That's what Sam Dobbins
called her
said.
and told her he had y'all,
Dave Rader.
and she
Yeah,
backed
no,
off.
at the look.
okay.
Yeah.
Because she was talking about it being 2
Yeah, I'm
days.
sorry.
She
And that's
said,
no,
Well,
no. 'Cause
What I'm
we
gonna
just,
show you, I put Texas Echo Search in touch with this girl because I didn't want to go to Auburn, Alabama, and she lives in Fairhope. That's her right there. And I sent her a message this morning, sitting right here. Said, you come to the city, that's what they told Sam. And she says, I'm not. She goes on about that, and I said, okay, I'm on a search. It was told Texas Echo Search was coming. And she said, they normally come on the weekend, the week. If they had notified a canine house, it would have been her, because she's the only one that
And the
got
other
it.
thing you have to understand, and I'm so
That's why I
sorry.
put
no,
her
we
in
can be
touch
as
with
graphic as
Sam.
need be.
Sam
We'll
told me
pass
she's
all
The
that.
other thing you have to understand is, what
So,
are the
Told me that
critics
he knows the girl
coyotes, wolves,
from
dogs?
Alabama.
Yeah, all of
You're right, it was
Okay.
Alabama.
So
not Georgia.
what you're gonna have
But,
after 7 days
And I put
is
her in touch with Sam. She called Sam and Sam says, I've got dog hounds right here.
Because I'm the one that got the dog.
So,
Yeah, I know.
where's that?
But I don't know.
Where is that?
It?
I've never been down. I've been doing this for many years.
I love this.
And he smiled and he
Are you gonna call Sam and give him your number?
Right. But do you think it'd be feasible for us to go down there with the dogs where you went with that phone ping that and put the dogs out there? Or you don't think it'd be feasible to go down there?
It ain't no tracks.
We've had 2 rains.
Okay, okay.
It rains, you see,
All right then.
you probably know it's dragging, man.
Right.
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 Yeah, but you're not gonna pick
But
up.
I just pulled that little spot up on the map. I mean,
He
it,
said,
Let me ask you this, since he found this spot that's real little, since we're here, we go, as the dog fresh enough that we can go back over there and work that little spot he pulled up on the map,
We can do
you
that.
know?
You all right with that, Stan?
yeah, I'm fine.
that would be right
That's
there
the
where
spot
the
where you come out
buzzers
the
are.
phone ping that.
Or wherever y'all were just discussing, I guess.
Phone thing was over there off of the, power line.
I can pull it up on the phone.
And, she can pull up and show where it pinged at 3:35 in the morning.
You way over my head when you start talking about
Hey,
dropping hands
Big,
and
big
looking.
brother
Yeah, yo,
tracking your phone. Right.
That's what I'm interested in.
They young
Really?
folks, they young people
Here.
how to do that.
And
I remember them old hands.
Woo, don't you know?
Did she ever send you that app?
Let's just. We don't need it right now because they've already done the drone search.
That's what she was saying, was the people, anybody involved in the search, download that app, and that way,
You can mark
everybody's-
the location.
yeah, and it'll actually leave a tracking map of where everybody involved in the search.
And that light, that's the light bar that blinds you when you pull up to the driveway. That guy, see, this driveway looks totally different than it did to me the other day, but that guy was parked right here.
local news, local paper, local radio, and said, you all offer that amount of money, that's fine, but they still want me just to put up that you can call Crime Stopper or the Holmes County Sheriff Department. If they call Crime
Okay.
Stopper,
Now
we
you
gonna
told
yeah.
okay. Now you told me that there's $2,500 automatically if it's a murder, right?
You're breaking up on me.
Hello, sir. This is Tracy Hernandez back again. I'm sorry our call dropped.
Okay.
So have you received any tips? I didn't hear the answer to.
No, ma'am, we haven't received any tips. I've been getting personal phone calls from people that know me, in the area. They call my cell phone number and they tell me like they're trying to find out what happened to them, stuff like that, but not every tip that came in too.
Well, what do we think has happened to him?
Well, we really don't know. I even talked to the guy that was there that say he saw him. Come to his house, walked him on his foot, and he asked him about, like I told you what he said about, asked about a job, and he told him he had T-shirt on, he needed to go back in the house and get his shirt. He came back out, and he said he actually was gone. He said he didn't see what way he left. I was there, the old people out there in the yard, in a car and anything. He said there could have been some more folks out there. He just don't know if that's out there or not. Alex didn't say maybe saw about out there. He didn't ask Alex if was out there. He had told him to hold up. Didn't get a T-shirt to come back, out, come back to the door and talk to him. Basically, he asked him what Alex could do with it for him, because Alex was on electric stuff or something kind of help. But he said he just seen out there. He went behind his house, out the front gate. He just don't know where he went to. They were telling me. And the next day, I bet that same day, Mr. Robert Eastman told me to go to the house where he lived at. He wasn't right there, and I went there, knocked on the door, and looked through the window. I couldn't see anybody in the house. But Mr. Eastman told me that the guy, B. Evans, went to the house and went through the window and went in the house. He was in the house and called him and told him that he had went into the house, went through the window and inside the house.
So the last person that saw Alex alive went over there too?
Yeah.
Okay. And so when are we going to get a search warrant for the property?
We've been all over the property. We would have had cadaver dog on the property yesterday. Went all over the property with a cadaver dog. There was a body and things out there, where it pushed all his cars on his property.
Well, it's my understanding that when the dogs hit a scent,
with horses and four-wheelers that roll all over the property. So I don't know what else to look at on the property. Been down there 3 or 4 days on flew drones down there. The last couple of days, been flying drones all over it, and I just don't know.
Have you brought that guy down to the station to formally question him, or anybody else that was there that night, or anything?
Well, nobody else was there that night. Now the other people, the two older ladies were there, and Inwood, the other went down there and went through the house. The two older ladies were there, and one of them, I think, the husband now having heart surgery. She had heart trouble.
That's terrible.
He said he didn't have. He didn't see. He went all over the house, every room. He didn't see him in the house. He had no problem.
What about the outbuildings? What about the outbuildings?
Huh?
Were the outbuildings on the property searched? The storage?
And what kind of building?
The storage buildings.
Yeah, all the buildings on the property. We done been through all the buildings on the property, all the cars.
Mm-hmm. What about the lake? What about the lake that's on the property and the woods that are on the property?
It's not a lake. Not a lake on his property. That's about 6 acres there. It's like 7 acres he got ready there. But all the other properties around it, we've been all around that property, even up to the lake there. We've been up to the lake and rode 4-wheelers through there. We done flew drones all over the lake, and I'm just
well, if he's not there, who else can help us cast a wider net? Who have you contacted to help us search for him?
The wider net is the Fusion Center. We have we had contacted all the fusion center in Mississippi, and they sent it out to all the fusion centers all over the United States, and somehow we were programmed so they get it on their cellular phone. So we got it going out.
What about the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation?
Yeah, I talked to Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, Simmons, one of the investigators that live here in Holmes County. I talked to him. He said they have a copy of the missing person report. They got it there at Saturday, the same day that they filed Mr. Robinson filed the missing person report. We sent it out then to everybody, and we also sent it out to now. Mr. Easton did a charge on it for the U.S. Marshal to get involved. So we sent the element to the U.S. Marshal, and we done called ROCIC. What they do, they check all jails, all those United States for them, see that he's in any jail. They check all addresses and see any address that if he done rent an apartment somewhere. They check all of that for him. They send it back out to the last place, like all his relatives. They'll send out the address to anybody that he have contact with, the address that they have stayed there.
Okay.
They'll keep your address back out to us. And we got this telephone flag. If somebody cut that phone on, it gonna ping on our computer, tell them where that phone was cut on at.
Okay.
So I basically cover all the bases that I can think of.
What about the phone records? Do we know the last person he spoke with?
Now, I really don't know the last person he spoke with because he's in the car with his mom. The phone pinged one time at that property.
But what about his phone records? I mean, the actual calls and text.
I can try to get it now. Juanita, the girl that did this, and I think somebody from Ceasefire. You're not with Ceasefire, are you?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Cause he had auntie or somebody
he's with AT&T.
No. He had somebody in the town that worked for Ceasefire.
That was years ago. That's me. That was years ago. His phone was from AT&T. It was a prepaid cellular phone. I can
call Juanita. Okay. Right. I can call Juanita and see.
Yeah, we need that.
Can we get the last people talking to? Now he would come up the road talking. I guess with his mother. I don't know. He's talking with his mother. What he texting. So let me ask Juanita if she got that yet, because she was working on that.
Yeah, we need that from 4/20. The last day that we know he was alive and with us was April 20th, and we need those phone records.
April the 20th. I called Juanita because she was 8.
Okay.
She was working on this. See what she got on there now.
All right. And who is the lead?
I'm calling you back.
And who is the lead investigator? We haven't heard from any investigator with your.
Linwood Gina is the one that is working out running the report stuff and working with the.
But isn't he just a deputy? He's not an investigator.
The investigator Juanita Mitchell. That's the investigator. That's what I told you. Working with the telephone company and.
But Sheriff, isn't she out on? She told us that she's not really doing that because she's out on medical leave.
Well, she be here Monday. She is doing what the part we got her done, but with the telephone stuff, she'll be here Monday.
Okay. Well, it's been over a week now.
Yeah, it's been over a week. Yeah.
No sign of life. We need this resolved. We're like, we need this resolved.
Well, we're trying to believe me. Nobody want to resolve them better than we do, because we want to try to find out what happened to him also. I don't think you all going through, but it's take time to locate him.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm gonna check on this with Juanita on the couldn't get his telephone records. See what the lad did, maybe text someone that else that on the way back up the road with his mother.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, all
I'll
right. I'm gonna
talk
check
to
out
you
your
later.
number right now.
Yes, I'll
Yeah,
talk.
okay. Yeah, I got you.
I'll talk
Okay,
to you
all right.
later today. Bye bye.
Yes, ma'am. Bye.
So we lawyered up. Who did you have there with your department to do the interview?
I really don't know. I'm at the board supervisor meeting.
Yeah, so well, this is very important, and I need to know all the details that I
Well,
can.
Nita just told me that he came and he said he feel intimidated. He said he gonna go hire a lawyer there to back with us. So I can tell you, when I get down the office, I can find out
Yeah,
that Robert got investigate for the highway program. He down there.
right.
I don't know what.
Well, when I talked to you this morning, we talked about this scenario happening, and then you were going to instigate a search report to go over there. Is that still the case? Because of his failure to cooperate with the voluntary thing that he agreed to come in and do, that if he didn't show up or didn't cooperate, you were going to instigate and get a search warrant done. Are you still going to do that?
Yeah, they should be working on that.
Who's working on it?
Well, they should put one together.
Okay. Well, I need everything put in hyper speed. I mean, I need this accelerated, put on the very top of the list. As poorly as this has been handled, now's the time I need for everybody to step up and do their job. If Juanita's the one that's going, if Juanita's going is the one that's going to do the search warrant, I need it done this morning, and if that judge is signed.
She was working on it. She already got it.
Now, what about the forms that were sent by the FBI phone investigator to Juanita? Has she completed? All they were was just fill in the names. He filled out everything else he needed.
Like I said, I ain't saw Juanita or anybody this morning. Board meeting started at 9. I'm still up here, so I'm really been talking to you.
Okay.
Walk outside and calling you back. I ain't down there at the board. I'm like at the office. I get there.
Okay. Sheriff, I need you to get every one of your officers, and I need this to be top priority, and I need this taken care of immediately. And I need Juanita, if you got to call, if you got to step out from that meeting, I don't care what excuse, they can hold the meeting. I need you to contact her and get these warrants signed. All right, sir. Get it taken care of. Once it's done, let me know. And I want a copy of those forms that she was filling out to send to that guy. And I want to make sure she's completed those forms and already sent them to him. Every minute is valuable. And I need this put top priority. Can I count on you?
I'm working on this case already. I don't know what you. So I don't know what else you want me to do. I'm doing everything I can possibly do with it.
I need you to put every officer you've got in this town. I know they're tied up during school time, but I need everybody else on the ground. Okay. All right, Sheriff.
Thank you.